Hello and welcome to livealittlehigher.com. This week we read Parashat Toldot, which means the descendants of Yitzhak, and it starts by telling us that Yitzhak married Rivka and they had two twin sons, Esav and Jacob. And also in the middle of the parasha we see that there's famine in the land again, and Yitzhak has to go down to the Philistines as Abraham had done before. And we see how Yitzhak's life really is more or less a repetition of Abraham's life. We see that Abraham had a good son and a bad son, and Yitzhak had a good son and a bad son, and he also encountered a famine in his land, and his wife also couldn't bear children. They had to wait many years till she could conceive her children. And we see a lot of similarities in their life. But there were two big differences between Yitzhak and Abraham. Abraham represented Hesed, love and kindness. He was all love, he was outgoing, he was out there. We know a lot about his life. We know that he loved people and he loved to bring them into his tent and feed them and dress them and give them Torah classes and his sukkah, and he was always worried about everybody around him. And we know a lot about his life. Yitzhak, on the other hand, is a little more private. It's more of an enigma of a life. We don't know a lot about him. He was awe, he was fear, gevura, justice, and he was a very private man, and we really don't know a lot about him. We know, for example, that he was almost sacrificed in the Akedah, but the story is not concentrated on Yitzhak, it's concentrated on Abraham and his 10th test. We know that Abraham sent Eliezer to look for a wife for him, but the whole story is concentrated around Eliezer and Rivka's family, and Yitzhak is nowhere to be seen. So we don't know a lot about Yitzhak. It's a private persona, and the sages teach that when Mashiach comes, we will know everything about him. He will be revealed. But there's something interesting about Yitzhak that we know, and is that he was a well digger. And it says that all the wells that were dug in the days of Abraham, his father, were stopped by the Philistines and filled with earth when Abraham passed away. And Yitzhak redug the wells of water dug in the days of Abraham, his father, and he called them by the same names that his father had called them. So he redug the same three wells that Abraham had dug, and he renamed them with the same names that Abraham had given them. And there's an allusion that these three wells represent the first temple, the second temple, and the third temple, and that the last one, the third temple, is gonna be dug without fights, without harassment, without any opposition towards it. And this is how the third temple is gonna be. We just have to do our mitzvahs and do what we have to do, and then the Mashiach is gonna come and the temple is gonna come already built up from heaven. So it's gonna be the final and eternal temple that's gonna come to us, God willing, in our future, hopefully in our very near future. So this spiritual digging that Yitzhak did were done to banish the infectious force of stam. Stam means that a person doesn't grow. It stops. It stays in one place and it doesn't evolve. And on the one hand, this is easy work for opening already has been made. Like these wells that he redug were easier to redig than the ones that Abraham did, because they were already dug before. So it was much easier for Yitzhak to come and open them up than it was for Abraham. And Yitzhak already knows that there is something inside because his father already opened them before, so he knows there's living waters inside these wells. And on the other hand, this is a difficult assignment, for it involves no new discovery. So for Abraham, it was something new. For Yitzhak, it was like going back to the same thing that his father did. There's nothing new there. There's no entrepreneurship. He's just continuing the job of his father. So here we see that this is hard for Isaac, because despite the difficulty, Isaac pushes himself forward and redigs the well. So anyways, he goes and he redigs these wells. And every morning we recite Shema Israel. And some people recite the Ten Commandments daily as well. But in addition, one must also resolve to himself each and every morning that he's not a Philistine. A Philistine, it resembles people that are stuck where they are, that they're not growing, they're not doing anything new. And that is to say that every day must be different for us. Although our fathers prayed, our grandfathers prayed, it's the same prayer, or you're praying today from the same siddur you prayed yesterday, and you're saying the same blessings, and you're saying the same things. Nevertheless, for you today is a new day, and you should not live it like if it's what you did yesterday. It should be lived in a new way. And this experience must be different from the next. So this is a very difficult task. After all, we're not talking about a sudden point of change and renewal. People want to change, people want to grow, people want to do new things. And like a spontaneous decision to travel to the Amazon rainforest, rather it is a simple decision to make a change, even if one does not yet know how and where he will make it. Like for a person that went for the first time in the history to the rainforest, it was very hard to get there. But today, there's tours. You call a travel agency, they have everything for you. It's not hard anymore. You go on the plane, they're waiting for you, they already have a hotel there for you, they have the food, they give you a tour. It's already done. So this redigging the same wells is important, because when a person starts, then the next person is going to bring it to a different level than the first person that redug it. And so when we continue to read our prayers every morning from the same siddur, we should recite those blessings with new and renewed energy. Like what you prayed, the kavanah, the intention you put yesterday, today should be in a higher level than it was yesterday, because that connection you made yesterday should be a stepping stone for you. So today's prayer is in a higher level than it was yesterday. So in addition, redigging old wells involves the same amount of physical labor as digging new wells in the framework of each person's life, whether he's leading a holy life or not. A conscious effort must be made to search for the meaning behind things. It's very important that we ask ourselves, why are we here? What is the purpose of this? Why should I be doing this? What is in it for me? What does God want from me? What's my purpose in this world? It's very important that we ask, and that part of one's success in life is a result of the spiritual effort that we put into our endeavors. So one of the main ways of accomplishing this spiritual work is by asking these new questions and never being dormant and content with the status quo. A Jew should always be looking deeper and looking deeper and looking for more and digging and digging and digging to see what else he can find. We should every day learn something new in the Torah. There's so much to learn. I tell you, now I started learning halacha with someone, and I had never sat and learned halacha in this way, and it's a new thing for me. It's a new way of learning. It's a new way of connecting my brain, of thinking. And every day we should really make an effort to have something new in our life that will bring us to a higher place. So Likutei Torah knows that just as there is a mitzvah to be fruitful and multiply in the physical realm, there is a mitzvah in the spiritual realm. One must reach at least one new Torah inside each day. So we're not only producing physical children, we're also producing mitzvot. Every time you do something new, something for Hashem that it's new, you're producing new children in this world in a spiritual way. So this is true in the wider sense of this obligation as well. For even if the new insight is not always a spectacular innovation, and sometimes it not even makes sense, the main thing is not to suffice oneself with the world of stam. We should never stay comfortable. We should never be in the world of stam. It's a very bad place, because if you're stuck in a place, most likely you're gonna go down. You're not gonna go up. So we always have to put an effort. We always have to exert ourselves in learning more, in doing more, because this is the only way that we'll always be challenged, and we'll always be growing, and we'll always be achieving new positions. So here it says that not everybody has the tools to break new ground. Not everybody is innovative, and not everybody can come with a new idea or a new business or a new anything. But we all have the ability to dig wells that have already been dug before and go deeper into them. That's the whole purpose of it, that we should go deeper into them. That wherever a person came, then we can go deeper down and bring new and renewed water of Torah and innovation into our lives. So to finish off, I read something very beautiful from Rabbi Yankee Tober, where he says that as Abraham, we are the traveler of the world. He was outgoing, he was out there, he was God's salesman. His job was to bring love and kindness to the world. His job was to make Jewish people love Torah and Hashem. But we are also the children of Yitzhak, and we appreciate that at the core of every Jew, of every individual, there is a pool of giving waters. We understand that we do not create goodness, that we reveal goodness. The goodness is there. We just have to dig it. We just have to go in, and we have to bring it out. We have to unearth it. And it's through Yitzhak, self-determination and self-sacrifice and the continuation of his father's legacy that till today we are able to continue wondering, digging, asking, pondering, and we continue learning and growing and coming to what the Jewish people are. So it is up to us. It is up to us to continue in our parents, our forefathers' legacies, in digging, and never letting go of that wealth that is under the earth, that treasure that is underneath us. We just have to reveal it. It's there. It's there for us to bring it out. So I wish you a good week, a happy week, and live a little higher. Thank you.